Hello everybody and welcome back to another Lantern Rite video. Today I've decided we're going to continue with the story quest. What? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like it. I mean, if I can get it for free, sure, I'll get it for free. Okay. We are going to do the second part of the quest.
Come on, let's get moving.
But yeah, I've seen the thing with Lisa's outfit. See, there's not much of like characters I care for the outfit. I mean, the outfits look nice. I know Ningguang had a free one for last time. I didn't get it because I didn't feel like fighting the boss over and over again more times than I needed to. Was it Beshal? Besail? I know it was Osial's wife. I do not know how to say the name. But yeah, I just felt like I didn't have to if I didn't need to fight it more. So I kind of didn't get Ningguang's skin. And I was like, oh, but it's for free. Why didn't you? And I'm like, I don't really use Ningguang. And I could put the skin on for her to look nice, but I don't use her. And she's like all the way down, like my character roster. She's like all the way down. I have levels her up to 20, but she's stuck by where the 20s are. So it's not really needing any point of getting that. I also got Fischl's, but that was just because, you know, I actually wanted to see the seashells was, and it was just much more easier. And she's fallen asleep.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay?
Afternoon, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't you sleep well last night?
I doubt Ganyu sleeps well. She barely sleeps.
Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand.
Yes, the Adepti.
Last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe they imagined her having wings?
Ooh,
Maybe.
like crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool.
I mean, fairy, you typically think of like
I
wings.
can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
So cute. That's actually pretty cute.
So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once.
Zithering.
Keep your thanks to yourself.
Oh, so they are using a zither.
That was actually a very
I've seen a zither in many of like I think they played in the concert, but I saw it in an anime I really like, where the one of the characters uses zither to dispel like spirits and everything. Not dispel, but I mean it helps dispel them and kind of like attack. He uses for mostly attack against demonic spirits.
I've been in Lea harbor for so long.
But
now
yeah,
that
that's when
I'm
I
just
first
not
knew
as
that
familiar
that's
with
what
the
it's
Adepti
called.
anymore.
That is called a zither. Because I didn't know what it was before, and I saw it, and I was like, it's a Chinese guitar.
Sounds great.
I know people
And
say
with
it's like
Cloud
that, but it
Cloud
probably is
Retainer by now,
very
so we
different
probably
playing.
don't
But I
even need to
really
bring
like
it
the
this
sounds that it
time, right?
makes.
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However,
You still have some reservations.
Cloud Retainer spends
Oh,
most of her
alright,
days
talking about Cloud
studying
Retainer now.
mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract,
Dvorak,
I can't
okay.
be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Alright.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now.
Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it.
She'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic.
To what?
Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
She wants a head start. She's like, if I get there first and she starts explaining the stories, then I can go in the middle of the story. Well, I can interrupt her while we're... I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, yeah, Ganyu just left early. No, 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 Kaya, stop that. I hate it whenever they do that. Like, it's so annoying. They start, like, sliding, and I'm like, please stop doing that. Please stop sliding. I don't need you to slide. Why do we have this in the game? Sometimes it's fun for sliding, especially sliding down things, but other times it's just tedious.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Could she be busy with something else right now?
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Yippee.
Oh, will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
If you say suggesting to split up, then sure, fine, I guess.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Paimon, go drown.
I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
If you're so sure, why don't you try? I don't want to drown, Paimon. You can fake drown. I don't want fake drown.
Paimon would sink like a rock!
I guess I can give it a try.
Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center!
I have to fake drown? Please don't tell me this will kill, like, a character.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning!
I'm drowning! Oh no!
There was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
Can I just... Oh. I was being like, can I just, like, you know... Do I have to move around? Do I just stay here?
What is going on?
Wrong Adeptus! Wrong Adeptus! Shenhe, you're here! Why aren't you coming in the rewind, girl? I wanted to pull for you.
Shenhe and the Conqueror of Demons.
Of course they'd get us. We wouldn't get the Adeptus we wanted.
Something. Please don't make Paimon explain it.
He's like, what are you guys doing?
Fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking
Imagine it's embarrassing just being like, we've seen you fight literal gods and you're drowning in a lake. Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
Oh, damn, Paimon.
I'm not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault.
It's not me. It's most likely a woman, Zhao. Okay, I see how it is. Sorry for troubling you both.
Glad you're okay.
Where did you come from? You're from the inn. I didn't call out. I didn't say, Shao, help me, I'm drowning. I was just like, drowning. You're leaving already?
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing.
I need help.
Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Don't blame me, it's Paimon. Aw.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it
Oh,
together
have you
in
made
the
any
park
plans
or
of
something.
doing, a rerun banner, Shenhe?
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
That's good. Shenhe
Yes.
needs more friends.
During the summer and winter, I
That sounds
continued
mean.
to train
No,
with
she just
Master.
needs friends.
In the
I
other
feel like
months of the year,
she'd be great. She'd
I
be a
have
great
been
friend.
learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor.
That's good, that's
Ganyu
good.
arranged accommodations for me in the city.
So why didn't you come home when I pulled for you in your banner?
Positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that.
Because she sees you as her friend.
Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
Ganyu gets embarrassed when people call her Lady Ganyu.
Oh, is that what it is? Noted.
You gotta explain so many things to
you came
Shenhe.
to
It's
see
cute.
Master today because you wanted to ask her about the mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
That's right, she wouldn't know what music is.
Kind of happy or relaxing sound.
I have the guitar. I have the lyre. I'll play it for you.
Or even
I don't know how to play the lyre. I'll try something.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks.
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go.
I really hope she knows what we meant by music. But I'll follow you, Shenhe.
What's the hurry?
I'll follow you anywhere. That sounds weird. Yeah, I farmed for Shenhe, like Primo Gems wise, to go wishing, kept wishing on her. I didn't get her. Which is sad. I didn't. But you know what? You know who I got? Who decided to come home? Zhongli. Was that around the same time? That was not around the same time. Who came home? I felt like it was Zhongli. Choosing the last Lantern Rite, but Lantern Rite, but I already
This is
had
the
Zhongli.
place.
Because I got
enjoy
him.
training here to
Yeah,
the
I already
sound
had
of
him. Who
music.
came home? Wasn't the Chasm update afterwards? Meaning who came home was Venti. Well, actually, Jean before Venti, because Ayato didn't want to come home again. You know, he first time he didn't come home. Second time he didn't want to come home. Third time, he better come home. I'm not salty over that. Me too.
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
She's right in a sense.
Paimon wasn't quite done with the description.
Music made by an instrument.
Okay, fine, it's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
And a melody is?
Go on, Paimon, sing us a nursery rhyme. I'm gonna do this one.
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand without payment. Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Fingers crossed this won't attract any whopper flowers. Again. Gosh darn it, we must be that bad at singing. Aw, that's so pretty.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
I was like, Zhao? Well, wait, Zhao is also
We're all
another
there,
thing.
raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day.
That's the power of songs.
So that's the power of
Or
music.
music. Yeah, that'd be better I said that.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep. Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule.
I hope the mic didn't
full of
pick up.
special moments from our lives squished inside.
Hope the mic doesn't pick up anytime I cough, which it probably has, which sucks.
Impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk
I'm
songs,
forgetting that like some of
and
these characters have like
other things come to
parents,
mind, too.
but like the majority ones have like at
The
least a
songs of
dead
the sailors
parent,
down at the docks,
missing parent, or
the
they
little
just
ditties that
don't
the
have
vendors call out
any.
in front of their beloved shops, the tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
All the sounds of Liyue Harbor.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence, life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, We're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but
Well,
at the very
Paimon,
least,
you
King
help
and
so
Shnehe are
much.
your friends now, right?
Yes, I am.
Yay,
Technically speaking,
crowd
we should refer to each
buddies!
other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship,
I love
I do
the color your
believe we're
nails are
more friends
painted.
than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well.
Yay,
I've
hang
planted
out.
many types of
Can,
flowers.
can I come?
I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Kuching will be like,
Nonsense.
you.
You are my friend.
I can't be eating
I have
flowers.
cultivated and cared for the flowers just
I'm
as
gonna
you
bring
taught me.
bring something
Once you've
myself.
seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will
Hey,
save
Shenhe
some
knows
for
how to garden.
decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Yes.
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I doubt Kuching will be munching on any flowers.
Who dares
Oh,
refer
Cloud
to
Retainer.
one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Well, we found a way to get Cloud Retainer back.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Paimon, you're gonna be slapped by one of these Adeptites one day.
Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. After being
Paimon, did you just
chastised
misgender Cloud Retainer? How could
barely
you?
a moment has passed
Paimon
since
is
we last
cancelled.
met,
Cancelled.
and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity.
Who?
Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes, please, Cloud Retainer.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern Rite, Shenhe.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Beautiful. 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 You should do your own opera. Do your own opera. Ooh, this one isn't. No, that one isn't which one I'm thinking about. Wait, is this one underground? No, I know. I'm forgetting some of the ones that are like underground and not underground. Hey, I want to pick up that sweet flower.
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have
Oh my
you
god.
ever heard of her?
Guizhong? Guizhong. The one person I've been like wanting to know more about ever since like she's get introduced and was apparently close to like Morax. The reason why Zhongli decided to even have like Liyue be made a thing. Yes, I've heard of her. I've definitely heard it somewhere. Got me looking
Gui
into
Zhong was another name
her.
of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Gui Zhang often invited her friends to visit her home.
Ignore that.
Reserving for us seats around the largest stone table.
Why is it all the way over here?
Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Look what I found today. What is that? I don't know. That looks like a can.
So that's what
It's a treasure.
Caesar was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Gui Zhang nor One was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations.
See, if you can show off your treasure, I can show off my creations.
In our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, One often quarreled with Seagazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of One's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Okay, Cloud Retainer. Okay. You're the victor here.
Getting competitive again.
One digresses.
We don't know like a lot of the other. We don't talk to a lot of the other Adepti, but with Cloud Retainer, we do. And I love Cloud Retainer's personality. It's amazing.
She would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
So we have the Adeptis, the Yakshas, and gods. I'd say Liyue is the most like diverse when it comes to things that are like, you know, of immortal or like creatures of godly creatures. Like Liyue seems to have like almost all of them.
Done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it.
She just said, stop quarreling because you can never win against me. I am superior. So why fights about it?
Never referred to One as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
Paimon's gonna get feather slapped.
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table.
Ooh, food.
Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations?
Oh, that's
At the sight
Guoba.
of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking. Back then, One was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
Why did he get a square cup? Where did he find one? Did he make one? Did he commission it? What? That does sound annoying.
Precisely. So, as you can see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional blunder.
Maybe he just likes squares. You don't know.
Even
Maybe he
one
liked the
could
square
never find
cups.
fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Gui Zhang would continue to find topics for conversation.
Maybe you don't drink it straight up like how you hold it. You have to hold it like at an angle and then it'll just go in. I mean, that might be easier to drink. Alright, I need to buy a square cup to try this out.
So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her
Oh,
as Madam
that's
Ping.
her?
Oh,
That was her official title?
wait. This is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story? Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
She said,
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning.
my goodness, Paimon. You first call her the wrong name, the wrong title. You misgender her, and now she's mourning over a dead friend.
Times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many Lantern Rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Wow, that was the first time ever seeing Guizhong. Like, I'm happy I got to see her, but dang, like, I mean, the whole fighting thing was kind of cute and everything. Seeing Cloud Retainer's human form actually was a nice surprise, because I wasn't thinking we'd get to see, like, human forms. Seeing Madame Ping of how she was before she's gone very old was interesting, and it's It was really sad the moment that they found her dead. Like, man, how fast the music changed and the colors from being like bright and light to very like dark and red, and it's just imagining like being them at the time, the, who you're most close to. You used to like always gather around, hang out, joke around with things, and even get into little fights that you literally had to get a stronger god to just, basically just say which one's superior. Just seeing that it all will never happen again because sadly war broke out and that one friend just couldn't survive. Very truly heartbreaking.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be?
Wei Zhang.
As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision.
Wait a second.
After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
So Cloud Retainer knows that he's still alive.
So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
So that means all Adeptus knows that he's alive.
Intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes.
We always thought one of them was already let out of the loop.
The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No, each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it.
And so he must have heard it.
The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met
Everyone
Gui Zhang a few
honors their
times,
contact
I never knew anything of
contact
his particular
contract.
story.
Gui Zhang was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler.
It's Madam Ping! I guessed it.
Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way, so I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Anya was right.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been
Yes,
a long
yes, yes.
time
Come on,
since
come
you
on.
last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss, one in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
If nothing else, do it for Ganyu. I'm not gonna say do it for me. Paimon disrespected you.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili assembly, now the Guili plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment
Oh.
prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
I'm gonna get hit by it. That was a lot of information to take in. That was a lot. Well, I'm going to end this video here. I'm sorry, taking in like all the information, what they're saying, and I sometimes zone out when a lot of times it's talking, but I'm gonna end the video here. So, I hope I don't get hit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!